Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Smith from Backbench Coder. So this is the fourth part of this project, and if you have not watched the introduction part, please watch that to get an idea about the final product. I'll put the link in the description box. Okay, so in this video we are going to create this Navbar. Let's see how this Navbar works. So let me just go to the final product. So here it is. Okay, so inside this Navbar I have three items, which is about, resume and projects. Whichever element is active will be shifted at the left with some bold look. Look at this bold, and the respective page will be shown here, and the other two elements will be shown at the right. So let's do it. Okay, so let's create the Navbar component. Inside this components folder, navbar.tsx, not tsc, tsx, cool, underscore rfc, which will give me the boilerplate of functional component. Just export for now Navbar, that is fine. So just import this Navbar. So inside this underscore app.tsx, just put the Navbar. Should be auto imported from component/navbar. Yup, at the top, auto imported. And I need to show the page after this Navbar. So this is my page, the component. So just put flex, which will be display flex, and the flex direction is by default row. I want this flex column, so the flex direction is column, that is fine. I'll also create the pages so that I can test my component. So inside this pages folder, I have the about pages, right? So which is my index page. I'll create the resume page and the projects page. So resume.tsx underscore rafce underscore rfc. Look at this. This is export default, which is must for a page, or I should say resume page. For now, just give this a class name padding 4 so that it gives some space at all sides. Okay, cool. And then I have this second page, which is not second page, third page, which is projects.tsx, again underscore rafc. Just return what? Projects page. Just give some padding p4. Nice, deadly simple. Okay, let's see. Just go to my localhost 3000 and refresh the page. I should see my Navbar. Yup, I have my Navbar and my bye world. Okay, let's go to a Navbar. Navbar.tsx, cool. Remove this text Navbar. Lot of Navbar, sorry about that. Okay, so the idea is whatever element is active, I need to show this at the left, and whatever element is not active, I'll show at the right. So I need to keep track of the active element. Let's create a piece of state for that. Inside this Navbar, use state, which is a snippet provided by VS Code, and the name of the state is active or active element, active item. Okay, active item. Like I can literally spend my whole day to name a variable. Okay, active name. And then initial state, start with an empty string. Use state should be imported from React. Okay, at the top, imported from React. Nice. And now as we are using TypeScript, you can actually specify the type of the state variable. But in this context, even if you don't specify the type explicitly, it will by default a type of string. Look at this, just hover over this active element. Look at this active element colon string. So type is string. Why? Because you are also assigning the value during the declaration of this variable. But in case you want to add the type, you can add the type using this generic. So just put this angle bracket after this use state and define this type string. Cool. Beautiful, not cool. So inside this div, I'll show a span, and that will hold my active element. So inside a curly brace, active element, not active element, active item, bro, active item. And then for the other elements, I'll put a div. Inside this div, I need to put the nav item, and that will be wrapped with a link. So let's import link from next link. Import link from, so next/link. Cool. Now inside this div, this is link, and then inside this link you need to put the href. Let's say this is for the about, so slash, which is our home route, which is our index page, and index page is my about. Okay, and then inside this link I need to put the anchor tag, not anchor tag. Cool. Just remove this ref. Beautiful. Why am I saying beautiful? I don't know. You can put a dislike for this. Beautiful. So inside this anchor tag I will put a span, and that will hold my item. So this is about. Cool. But I'll only show this about if the active item is not about, right? So just before this link I can check this. So inside a curly brace, just check if the active item not equal to about. In that case, I return this JSX. If this is only valid, and operator, again some basic React. Save this. Cool. Just copy this couple of times for the projects and the resume. For the second case, if this is not projects, also projects. I'm a lot of typo. Okay, this is projects and the link is projects. For the third one, this is resume. The name is resume. The route is resume. Cool. Save this and just put some style so that I can differentiate the active element. So class name, this is font bold, and just go for the color green. And then for those elements which are not active, just add some class name, something like what? Text red and font large. Cool. Save this. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I have this about projects resume, but I don't have the active element because I have not changed my active element. So let's add an on-click handler for every span. So click on every span, and by the way guys, I'll change this to separate component in a minute. On click, just trigger an arrow function that will change my active element, not active element, active item. So first one, this is about. For the second one, this is projects, and for the third one, this is resume. Cool. Also put this inside a flex so that I can put some space and then space X around 3. That is fine. Save this. Refresh the page. Why I don't have the text red? Oh, that is because text red does not exist. Text red 400, 500. I need to put a weight. Okay, so let me just zoom in. Okay, so I have this about projects and resume, but I still don't have the active element because the active element should be in green color. But why I don't have the active element? This is because this active item, which is the state responsible for this active element, is still an empty string, and this empty string is this active item, so it is not rendering. And this is also the reason why these conditions are failed, and that's why it's showing all the 3 elements. So I need to fix that. But let's click on an element. Look at this. Click on projects. Look at this. The active element is projects. Click on resume. The active element is resume, and also the resume page is shown here. Click on about. My route is also changed to home route, and this is bye word, which is our index page. So the problem is only occurring for the first time when the component did mount. So I need to fix that. How can I fix that? So basically we'll check the route. If the route is slash, which is our home route, in that case I'll set the active element to about. And then if this is projects, I'll set the active element to projects. Make sense? Let's do that. So I need to check this when the component did mount. So again, use effect. Should be coming from React. Yep, it is not auto imported, so I need to import that. Let's import that. Control space. Imported. Put the dependency array empty, so that this function will only be executed when the component did mount. Okay, so I need to get the path name. And how can I get the path name? I'll get the path name using this use router hook. Use router, which is coming from React router DOM. No, Next router. So use router. Let's see my auto import. Come on, you can do that. No. So import use router from next/router. Cool. Use this use router. I only need the path name. So path name, just destructure this. Cool. And then inside this use effect, just check if the path name is same as the home route. Path name, which will be a string, is equal to is same as the home route. In that case, I'll change the set active to what? About. Set active item about. Cool. Save this. Let's see. Okay, so let it refresh. Look at this. I have this about, I have this projects. If I click on this projects, I have this resume. Okay, but we still have a bug. What is that? So if the user directly goes to a route, let's say projects route, enter. Look at this. We don't have any active element, and that is because I'm only checking for the home route. So let's check for the other ones. So copy this, path name, this is projects, and if this is projects, in that case I'll set this to projects. And if the path name is resume, in that case I'll set this to resume, capital resume. Cool. Save this. The problem should be fixed. Okay, and now I'll make this nav item a separate component. So let's go at the top and create a component const nav item. You can create this in a separate file, but as this is a part of Navbar, I'll put this in the same file. Just an arrow function. Oh, what the heck. Arrow function, return some JSX. Okay. So what I need to return? Just copy all of this thing. Just active element to this parenthesis. Cut this or just copy this. Put this inside this return. Nice. I will have a lot of error. So first of all, I need to get some properties. And now, as we are using TypeScript, we can validate the properties. So inside this nav item, it returns a React functional component, right? So functional component should be auto imported from React. Yep, it returns a functional component. And then the way you can specify the properties which is coming is by using this generic. Just put a curly brace and let's define the types which are coming. So I need the active item which will be a string, and then the set active item which will be a function, and then the name of the element which will also be a string, and then anything else, yep, the route which will also be a string. Save this. Cool. And now let's destructure this. See the power of TypeScript. So just put a curly brace and then control and space. Look at this. I need the active item and again control space, name, anything else, route, and then the set active item. Okay. Let's substitute this. Say about. I don't need the hard-coded about. Instead, I need the name. Not enum, name. Why this curly brace? Okay, cool. So if the active item is not equal to name, in that case I return the JSX. And if this is not the name, I return null. So null. Just some basic ternary operator. And then the route. This href will be substituted by the route. So put a curly brace, route. And again, why curly brace? Because we are executing JavaScript inside JSX. Save this. My nav item is ready. And let's put this nav item. Okay. Just remove this active element. All of this active element. This long chunk of codes. Okay. Just put active element. No, active item. No, nav item. Nav item. And let's see the power of TypeScript. Look at this. You have an error. And that is because, just hover over this. The type is missing the following properties: active item, set active item, name, route. Okay, so control and space, active item. This is my active item, of course, the state variable, and then the set active item. This is my function, the set active item. That is cool. Anything else? Yep, name. For the first one, this is about, and the route. For the about route, this is home route, right? Yes. So I have this nav item for the about, just copy this couple of times. For the projects and the resume, change this to projects. The route is /projects. And then for the third one, this is resume, and the route is /resume. So just save this and let's see. Just refresh the page. Resume about. Wow, what's going on here? I am passing resume as the name, projects as the name, inside my nav item. On click set. Oh, I need to change this name. So this is inside a curly brace name and also a set active item to name. You might have noticed that. Save this. It should work fine. Refresh the page. Yeah, resume about projects. Let me just zoom in. Just click on about. This is my bye world, which is our index page. Click on projects page. Beautiful. Let's add some Tailwind CSS. Okay. So just target this parent div. Inside this parent div, I have my active item and all the other elements. Let's close this div. Cool. So let's target this parent div and add some class names. So I want this active element at the left and all the other items at the right. So just use flex and then justify between so that it gets maximum space in between the items. Justify between. Cool. Give some padding around 5 unit. Let me just make this side by side so that I can see the design. Okay, let's go for the mobile screen. Cool. Let's add some vertical padding, PY around 3 unit. Add some margin around 3 unit vertically. Save this. Let's see. Looks good. Increase the font size for the active item. Target the span and add text extra large, XL, and just add a border. So border bottom around 4 pixel. Save this. And then for the rest of the nav items, just target this parent div and just add some class name. What is this font large? This is not font large, it should be text large. You might have noticed that. Okay, and the border color of this pen should be green, so just go back to your active element and add border green or cute green, border green. Save this, just remove this text red and just go back to the large screen. Looks good. I just need to increase the font size for the large screen, and on hover I want this text to be green. Let's do that. So just go inside the span, and from the medium screen I want the text to be 2XL, not WXL, 2XL, and then just go back to your nav item and target this pen and add some class names. So class name, on hover the text to be green, cool. Save this. Anything else? Yeah, looks good. Hover over this, fine. I think I need some more space in between this about and resume. Like this, it's a game of padding and margin, guys. Hardest part for a front-end web developer. So just go inside this div and make this space X around 5. Save this. Yeah, some more space about and resume. Looks better. Anyway, that's it for this video. In the next video, we are gonna cover some fundamental topics of Next.js like get server-side props, get static props, API folder. So see you in the next video. But before that, please hit the like button. See you in the next video. Bye.